Hi and welcome back to Yoga Berry. So today I'm going to show you a great little adjustment which you can use if you suffer from SI joint pain or sacroiliac pain, which comes a lot of times with lumbar scoliosis. So if there's an imbalance in the lumbar spine, the sacroiliac joint might be slightly out of alignment as well. So this one can really help with this. And it's also great to reintroduce a lumbar curve. So, and I mean not a lumbar scoliosis, but I just mean the natural curve in the lumbar spine. So if you have quite a flat back, then you can use this one as well. My name is Christine Berry. I'm a yoga teacher and I specialize in yoga for scoliosis. I run a lovely Facebook group called Yoga for Scoliosis Community, which you're very welcome to join if you or one of your loved ones have scoliosis, or maybe you're a yoga teacher looking to get some more information on how to teach yoga for scoliosis. So let's get started with our practice today. So for today's practice, you will need a yoga belt, and we can't quite get around this one. You can try with a different belt if you can tie it up, but really these yoga belts, which are not expensive at all, are very useful for lots of different poses, but definitely for this one. And this one has got a D ring, and there's two of them, so we'll need to be able to tighten it up. Good, so I will show you what to do with the belt. So I'm going to come into kneeling, and I'm hoping that you can see it this way. Normally I would be sitting down, but I think you might be able to see a little bit better. So I'm taking the belt around the back of my thighs, and I'm holding onto the belt here with my right hand. Then I'm taking it across over the front of my pelvis, and this is here my hip bone, so the rim of the pelvis. That's where I'm taking it around. A little bit of faffing onto the other side, and then you'll see here that I created this little cross at the front. So the belt is just underneath my bottom at the back. And then, so this yoga belt is quite short. I just about fit into it. If I was a little bit bigger, I would probably use two yoga belts and just tie them together or loop them together. But most yoga belts are a little bit longer than this one. And then I'm going to put the end of the belt through both rings and then back through one to tighten it like this. Good, and I'm going to sit down on my yoga mat, and I'm going to lie on my back, and I just tighten this a little bit more. Good. So just lying back, and this already might give you some relief from that SI joint or from the sacroiliac pain, because it tightens everything back together. So we don't want that part to be too loose. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flex my feet and then slowly start to extend my legs. So just notice what's happening. It brings that lumbar curve, it tips the pelvis forwards, and really re-establishes that lumbar curve. And this feels really nice, especially if you have a little bit of compression in the discs, or if you have quite a flat back. And you might be able to see underneath now I really have that lumbar curve back, and I'm really extending through the heels from there. So just staying here for a few breaths, engaging the legs. Again, for sacroiliac pain, strength, stability is very important. So that's what we're doing here with this one. We're cheating a little bit, by actually not using the muscles, obviously, to tighten everything back together, but it's the belt that is helping us out. So just staying for a few breaths, and then I'm going to bend my knees again, have the feet flat on the ground. Again, I'm going to tighten the belt a little bit more. And then just stay here for your relaxation. So just a little soft bend in the knees, closing the eyes, probably staying for about 10 minutes or so. Now, if you're feeling that this is uncomfortable under the back of the pelvis, and this could be the case if your SI joint is already slightly irritated, please use a blanket. So cushion your yoga mat with a blanket. And then what you could also do is, if you're cushioning it a little bit more, you could, if you have a lumbar curve, and let's say you have a left lumbar curve, you might feel like you're rolling onto the left side a little bit more. You could cushion that left side, lift it up a little bit more, and letting the right side release a little bit more. Good. And then just staying here for about 10 minutes. And then when you're ready to come out, you have to kind of unravel yourself from the belt. So just loosening the belt. And then coming up by rolling yourself over to the side, always coming up that way. So supporting yourself with your hands and coming up into sitting. So another tip for sacroiliac pain is not to sit cross-legged, but just sitting in kneeling like so. So this way you're just a little bit more even and everything is kind of holding itself back together. Also, if you're sitting cross-legged, there's already an imbalance combined with scoliosis, obviously making it a lot worse. Good, so I hope you're finding these little tips helpful. It's not actually a physical practice today, but maybe you can use the cross belt in your practice, in your relaxation, and I'm sure you'll find it really, really beneficial.